Hi, this is David Alec Knight here. For this video, we're going to talk about Busking Blues, Recollections of a Chicago Street Musician and Squatter. It's by Westley Heine from Roadside Press. With Busking Blues, Heine delivers the goods. This is an immersive work with incisive observations. There is a little self-deprecation, but also a lot of empathy for the others he encounters while homeless and near homeless, squatting in attics and warehouses. The book is about those Chicago streets and the people who populate them, the minimum wage working class strugglers, the street musicians scrounging out an existence on streets not always safe, and then there are other characters that sometimes seem like they stepped out of a Twilight Zone episode. Even though it is autobiographical, it's not a one-man show because Heine is aware of the others around him and he cares about them and what their stories are too. He is another writer who has a healthy distaste for those who punch down. This autobiographical tome explores in unflinching and unfiltered prose what Heine went through, what he saw others go through when circumstances saw him out of his apartment and on the streets of Chicago. That is, when he wasn't crashing at a rehearsal space for musicians pretending to practice long after the midnight hour, so he had a roof over his head. Heine was indeed so long, there was a lot that looked up to him. Heine tried to scrounge money from singing songs made to order as passers-by occasionally stopped and took him up on his offer of a song about their problems. He provides some of these song lyrics and the people's stories behind them in his book. And music, as you can imagine, is important to his experiences and to this book. Often Heine talks about specific blues artists and talks about certain songs. This adds to the reading experience because you can go to your CD rack and find one by that artist, to find that song, and listen with ears having been taught something from Heine's words. I greatly enjoyed the observations and opinions about the blues scattered throughout the book: Robert Johnson, Muddy Waters, John Lee Hooker, and others, Crawling King Snake, and Hard Time on the Killing Floor. It had me rummaging through my CDs and tapes to give new listens. Heine also provides great observations about the less famous local talent that one might never hear about outside Chicago. Heine recalls the minimum wage realities of those around him as he drifts from job to job, networking with others in the same dire straits as he. Heine saw others maintain their humanity no matter what weighed them down, and he made sure not to lose his. Most are filled with hope, some hopes outright delusional, some just this side of almost. The economic realities of Chicago at that time are detailed from the street level, from the experiences and views of the people living in the shadows of looming towers, under constant threat of gentrification and eventual displacement. Always in the background of experiences in his recollections is the haunting memories of a street artist named Solve who was murdered. Heine writes so emotively and naturally about his friendship with the artist, the friendships of many with the artist, and that artist's place in the community, that one feels for the loss as much as anyone can from the approximations of the written record. The difference this guy made in the people's lives he touched is just conveyed so well in the book. Better than being a book I read once and enjoyed, it is a book I will most assuredly read again and enjoy as much again, maybe more. To that end, there's actually a new hardcover edition gone to press. For those who prefer hardcover, check that out. Again, that's Busking Blues, Recollections of a Chicago Street Musician and Squatter by Westley Heine from Roadside Press. This is the soft cover, and you can check out the hardcover.